I have an unhealthy obsession with spending money, but a very healthy obsession with making it. Hello guys, welcome to Keeping Up with Random Shit. And this is obviously the first episode, so I'm just gonna explain quickly what this is all about. Um Basically just starting a podcast and basically talking about random topics in each episode. Obviously, if this podcast does get to a point where it gets a few listeners, like a couple thousand, 100,000, I'll be doing a lot more topics that people want or that they can suggest. But for now, it's just gonna be random topics. That's why it's called Keeping Up with Random Shit. So yeah, new podcast. Just gonna be talking about random stuff. Obviously, keeping updated with stuff that's going on. And today's topic is Conor McGregor, the legend. In this episode, we're gonna be talking about his injury that just happened. Well, not just happened, but recently happened. We're gonna be talking about why he retired, as well as would he have won the second round after his injury? Because a lot of people are saying Khabib could have won, Conor could have won. So we'll look into more of that now. So I hope you enjoy the episode. Welcome to the new podcast, and I hope you enjoy it. Alright, so we're gonna start off with Conor McGregor's injury that happened on Saturday with the fight between Dustin. So I was reading an article here, and it says on Saturday, Conor McGregor suffered an ugly injury, later diagnosed as a broken tibia. So basically, I watched the video, and what happened was Conor was, I don't know, just jabbing at his opponent, and at one point he put all his weight on his right leg. Okay, keep in mind, during the whole fight prior to the injury, Conor was throwing a lot of kicks and using his shin, and he was hitting shots. Like, obviously you can see it wasn't hurting him, but it was obviously like weakening his legs and his shin. And at one point with his left leg, he kicks his opponent in his hip, and you can see that hit hard, because as soon as Conor puts his left leg back down, like, his ankle literally looks bent at like a 60-degree angle. Yeah, but nothing happens at that point. His leg just kind of looks messed up, but so he lands back on that leg, and you can see it's kind of sore, like it's bent his whole ankle. And he goes in for a few jabs with his right, and I think he tries to do like a power shot with his left, and he puts all of his weight on his right leg. And as soon as he's done with that shot, he steps back, but he puts all of this weight on his left, and you can just see his tibia like snap almost, like his ankle literally touched the floor and his foot was sideways. It was not a pleasant thing to see, but like, yeah, the injury was nasty. But he obviously was hurting his leg during the whole he was obviously hurting his leg during the whole fight. Like, you can see he was using a lot of kicks, and in my opinion that's what kind of caused it. But also on an article here it says Conor McGregor's leg might not have been 100% going into the trilogy with Dustin. So I'm assuming something happened, or they did test and they kind of told Conor that his leg isn't 100%, or maybe a past injury or something causing a lot of strain on his shin or on his legs. So I'm guessing that left leg was already bad, and going into the fight with a bad leg and still shooting that many leg shots as he did. It's no wonder he broke his tibia. But an update, he's out of the hospital. I don't know if some of you saw that video of him cruising around in that fucking wheelchair with his leg up in a cast, and he's just like cruising around wherever it was. But like, yeah, he's doing good. He's said it's broken, but he did state that he is retiring from MMA. So we're gonna talk about why he retired now. Alright, so now on Conor McGregor's retirement kind of thing, it's kind of confusing. He did state that he was retiring on June 6th. So basically why he said he was retiring in June is because he says he doesn't like because he said he doesn't like waiting around for fights. He states here that he still wants to continue fighting, but he wasn't too happy about having to wait around for fights. So I think he's kind of just annoyed about this whole COVID thing and about having to wait around for people to wanting to fight him. So he's retired, and obviously this injury is going to have a bit of a fallback on him. But yeah, he's like been ignored on certain requests for fights, so he's kind of getting annoyed with having to wait around for someone to give him a fight. So he's basically said he wants to retire, but he still wants to fight. He does say, after being ignored on the 3 dates I put forward, 3 consecutive dates I might add, it would have had me at 4 fights this calendar year. McGregor says, followed then by being sidelined because no crowds in attendance. I said fuck this and bounced. So yeah, he's kind of pissed with this whole UFC business basically, because no one wants to accept his requests for fights. So I guess he's taking a bit of a break. In my opinion, he's taking a break. I doubt he's going to retire properly now. He's still, in my opinion, he's at that peak. He has been at that peak for so long, really. But he's been growing drastically. But I think he's going to have like 4 or 5 more fights, and then he's probably going to retire. I think that leg is going to have a lot to do with it, though. I feel like his leg is going to probably change the way he fights in a way. I feel like he won't be using that left leg a lot. It's definitely going to take a while for that leg to heal properly. But I don't think he's done, because yeah, he's a beast, honestly. But I don't think he's done fighting. He's probably just saying he's retiring and he's taking a break. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna stop fighting completely. I feel like he's gonna come back to UFC. He's gonna get another request, and he's probably gonna want to, redeem himself. And coming back to that, would he have won the second round? Because after his injury, a lot of people were saying, he could have won that second round, or no, he definitely didn't have a chance winning that second round. So that's on to our next topic. Let's discuss whether he would or wouldn't have won that second round, or if he wouldn't have won the whole fight. Would have Conor McGregor won that second round? So Conor did say on a video, he said it was a hell of a first round. It would have been nice to get into that second round and then to see what's what, but it is what it is. That's the nature of the business. A clean break of the tibia, and it was not to be. Dustin, you can celebrate that illegitimate. So illegitimate, Conor's basically saying Dustin thinks he won, but he, in my opinion, he wouldn't have. I think Conor would have won by far. But he says, Dustin, you can celebrate that illegitimate win all you want, but you've done nothing here. The second round would have shown everything. So, and I think this is honestly true. Conor's got this egotistical kind of personality with his business, but he knows what he's talking. Like, Conor can talk so much shit can talk as much shit as he wants, and he knows he's gonna get away with it. Because, I mean, someone with the nickname Notorious, like, it's pretty obvious, but. So, there's not a lot that has been coming out about this whole second round thing. I did find the tweets and an article. But honestly, Dustin thinks he won. People claim it's an illegitimate win. Con himself, the Notorious himself, said it's a illegitimate win. And in my opinion, this is going to be bugged on so much to the point where I think there's either going to be a rematch, or I think there's actually going to be another fight. And obviously that broken leg is going to put some cons to Conor on the match, but I definitely think he would have won. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to my first episode, my first podcast, my first video, whatever you want to call it. I hope you enjoyed. It's a kind of a long episode, this one, but okay, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll be talking about a lot of stuff, just a lot of random stuff, but it's kind of things that are going on, topics that people want me to talk about. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this episode. Enjoy, and I'll see you on the next episode.